Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So let's look at the next 60 days for Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been on an absolute tear, 10th or 11th straight days of green. So what's coming next? Well, if history is any indication, good things are coming. So let's take a look at it and what else is going on in the world of crypto. So thanks for tuning in, guys. As always, 2 streams every day, almost every day, 11:30 and 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you get notified. And follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and check out all the latest articles on CryptosRUs.com. Welcome, guys. Welcome. I had a stream last night. I wasn't supposed to, but I couldn't contain myself since Bitcoin shot above 41,000, and that's where we are right now, 41,300. So we have come down a little bit. We were past 42, okay, but now we're coming down a little bit. Things are cooling off, but the important thing is we are still holding above 41,000. So what's next for Bitcoin? Bitcoin has been on an absolute tear. You could see how many days is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. And today we're starting off in the red, but can we continue? Can today turn into a green day and continue forward? Oop. All right, let me see here. Sorry. Well, that's what I want to discuss. So I found something interesting I'm going to show you guys. So someone tweeted this out. And this measures the forward performance of Bitcoin after 10 consecutive green days. So we're right there. We're at day 11. Can we continue forward? And what's like the next 60 days like? 5 days, 10 days, 20, 30, 40, right? What is it going to be like? Well, if you look at 2013, it happened once. And after it happened, wow, the next 10 days, Bitcoin went up 72%, 20 days, 128%, 30 days, 233%, and then it went down 60 days, 134%. But still, that's pretty darn good. In 2017, between April and May, it happened actually 13 consecutive days. And then you can see it started negative. First day is down 7%, and then it started recovering down 2%. And then all of a sudden at day 10, it's up 10%. 20, 19%. 30 days, 24%. And 60 days, 53%. 53%. Then you have one period in October of 2017. That was when it was still kind of boring. That was probably the tamest 60 days afterwards because you only had a 2% increase. But still, after 30 days, it was up 23%. And then look at the last time, basically from December of 2020 going into January 1st of this year. After 60 days, Bitcoin was up 54.5%. So if you average it out, if you average all these periods out, in the next 10 days, if history is any indication, Bitcoin should be up around 22%. And then after 30 days, it should be up 71%. And then 60 days, 61%. So that's using average. And of course, we can't say for certain that history will repeat, but look at that. That's 4 consecutive times where there was very, very, very good gains after having 10 consecutive green days. So it's looking pretty good, guys. It's looking pretty darn good. Obviously, why do you have 10 consecutive days of green days? Well, normally it's because you're coming off of a low, right? The market has been suppressed or have sold off so much, you're now having a good turnaround or good recovery, and people are following back in. So that's generally why you see a huge spike like this. Just like what we experience. We had a big sell-off. We've been stuck in this range for quite some time, and now we're having a good recovery. So does this mean that today and the rest of this week will be in red? Well, maybe. Maybe after 10 consecutive days, yeah, we could be taking a breather. So if you see this, after one day average down about 3.4%, after second day, well, it's up 1%. We may have today may be a red day, but, red day is very slight. And after today or tomorrow, maybe this week will be that tremendous upwards movement that we're all waiting for. There's still way more to come. There's about the next point is 45, 50, and then after that, it's basically straight up back up to $60,000. And I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be quite exciting when things start FOMOing up really hard and we start making new highs. Right, so while Bitcoin is hovering around 41,000, the overall market has been doing relatively well. A lot of altcoins started to catch up. This always happens. When Bitcoin pumps up to the moon, altcoins tend to get, weaker at those points. But then when Bitcoin finally stalls out and consolidates, well, then everything starts coming up. We're seeing that. A lot of altcoins have been coming up quite a bit. And some are starting to play catch up, which is really nice. For example, today, Polkadot is up in a big way. Polkadot sold off, or I shouldn't say, it did sell off a lot, but it hasn't been recovering as quick as some of the other altcoins. And today, it's up a good 10%. You have Solana today also up 11%, trying to play catch up right now. And you have several others that's just doing really well. Theta's up 7%. VeChain is up 8%. Look at Neo, 28%. I do have some info to share with you guys, and I think it's relevant for Neo going forward, so I'm going to share with you guys. But yeah, you have some catch up today, okay? So that's not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, I do have a joke about catch up, but I don't think I want to share it. All right. Moving forward, what else is there? Well, there's a lot of interesting metrics. Here's Bitcoin's illiquid supply and how it has just formed a new high. What does illiquid supply mean? Well, it just means that supply that's off the exchanges. When you have liquid supply, it's basically the circulating supply that people can buy and trade on exchanges. But when you take that off the exchanges, it's held in wallets, cold wallets, custodians, wherever. Right? And that supply has gone up dramatically recently. And now the liquid supply is at pretty much an all-time high, even higher than April when Bitcoin hit 64,000. That shows you how many people are buying and holding Bitcoin at this point. People know the joke already, so I'm not going to share it. It's like one of those dad jokes, so I'm not going to share it. All right, so that's very promising. What else is there? Well, here's number of new entities moving into Bitcoin. Again, this is just measuring how many new people that's getting involved with Bitcoin. And you could see that this is flying up, and seems like we have hit that bottom, right? But the thing is, it started flying up even before Bitcoin hit that bottom, right? Things started recovering already, again showing that there is a lot of people that just buying behind the scenes. A lot of times these metrics start before a bottom is formed, or sometimes these metrics show that these guys behind the scenes just continue to buy and buy, just like what this is showing. For retail investors like you and I, look at all these lines as this keep going up regardless of the price. And these are people holding Bitcoin between 0.1 and 1. No, between 0.01 and 0.1, and 0.1 to 1, and 0.001 to 0.01, and anything else, right? So this is, and you have the purple, which is 1 to 10. So basically, this is just retail investors. Anything from less than a 1 all the way up to 10, and you can see the lines just keep going up and up and up and up and up, right? So, very, very nice, very encouraging. This is what I like to show you guys, because despite what it may seem like sometimes, the number of holders keep increasing, and then the buying keeps increasing, and the supply keeps decreasing. So overall, this is going to lead to good things. Good things ahead. All right, so that's pretty much what I want to share with Bitcoin. Now, looking at Live Coin Watch today, I was just curious. I just want to show you guys two altcoins I just want to talk about real quick. So I was using the filters, and then I decided to rank it in the top 100, the best movers for today. And I sorted by 24 hours. There we go. All right, so I mentioned about Neo. Neo having a crazy day today, almost 30%. And something that follows is Gala Games. So I want to talk about these two real quick because I was curious myself. I mean, if you look at the rest of the list, pretty well-known names. You know, people have asked me about Ontology, which is kind of like a sister chain to Neo almost. You have Quantum, you have Sidecoin and 0x and Solana and Polkadot, IOTA. A lot of the well-known names that you guys know of. But what is going on with Neo? Neo is still 77% off from all-time high, right? So obviously in 2017, it shot up. In 2018, beginning January 18, it shot up and it's nowhere close. Nowhere close. Its all-time high is at $196. So right now at 45, there's still plenty of room to grow. But why did it shoot up? Well, they're getting ready to launch their new mainnet. They've been working on Neo N3, which is Neo 3.0, for basically 3 years. 3 years, and they're finally getting ready to launch on August 2nd. Now, Neo is, when they came out, it was interesting because they were promising blockchain that was dubbed as the Ethereum killer. And you know, they were very centralized because they had very few nodes and they were all controlled by the Neo Foundation. And despite the fact that they were doing well, they didn't have a lot of smart contracts. They were always playing catch up. And then they decided, you know, screw it, we're just going to launch something new. This Neo N3 is a brand new chain, completely new chain. In fact, after this launches, they will have two separate chains. And at one point in time, eventually down the road, they go migrate to two. But right now, they're just going to operate as two chains. So they're going to have N3 and I think their 2.0 chain or N2. I don't know if they're going to dub it. But anyways, with N3, they bring a lot more native smart contracts. It's a lot faster, and it's going to be more decentralized. So this is coming out. There's still a lot of supporters of Neo. So this is coming. Their new test net is coming out tomorrow, and then their main net is coming out on August 2nd, the day afterwards, so Monday. So that is the reason why Neo's up 28%. Can this catapult them up back to their all-time high? Possibly, but they have a long way to go. I mean, several other chains, obviously like Cardano and others, have well surpassed their 2017 high, right? But Neo's still waiting to do that. So that's Neo. And then you have Gala Games, which is relatively new, but this is a project covered in Patreon before, and maybe I've covered with you guys. But what's interesting about Gala Games is basically they're like a platform for decentralized games. But the one thing that stands out is, do you know who created this? Well, it's a co-founder of Zynga, co-founder of Farmville. He's the guy who founded this. So he's basically taking what he knows in terms of creating very, very viral games, and he has created Gala Games. And if you scroll through this, Townstar is basically a decentralized version of Farmville. But besides Townstar, they have many other games, right? And they have their own, you know, of course, they're including NFTs, and these NFTs, these in-game items, are actually ones that you own. You could actually own it, you could actually sell it, you could trade it. There's a lot of stuff that you can do. That's what Gala Games is all about. And Gala Games kind of went down a little bit when everything was selling off, but now it's recovering in a big way because NFTs, especially play to earn NFTs, are getting very hot. So Gala Games, among others, are starting to come up in a big way. So maybe a good time to pay attention to them. So they also went up. I don't know specifically why they went up so much today, but you could see the last 7 days, last 30 days, especially last 30 days, up almost 200% within the last month. That's pretty impressive. So that's why. So I just want to cover those two real quick because I'm just curious on the top 100 why these altcoins are doing good. Neo definitely has a reason. Gala, I think it's just because there's a lot of hype or FOMO into play to earn games right now, which there is a lot of. There's a lot of them out there. All right. That's pretty much it. I don't have anything else to say. Today's a pretty calm day. And let's do some Q&A. All right, scrolling up. Did I miss anything? Fractional BTC on the horizon. Well, fractional stocks exist now. It's kind of like, if you think about it, just like a copy of crypto, right? Because with stocks before, you had to buy one, which isn't a big deal for most people that can afford it. But there are some stocks that's, thousands and tens of thousands. So now they have fractional stocks. In fact, my sponsor Webull, you could buy fractional stocks on Webull, but it's kind of like a copy on crypto. Of course, for Bitcoin and others, you could already buy fractional pieces, right? So I just find it interesting that fractional stocks exist. All right. What else is there? Cisco says, YouTube only notifies me of streams 10 minutes after they start. This is part of the reason why I wait like 5 minutes or 3 to 5 minutes after start time to let people, come in and get notified. And also, there's another reason why you need to follow me on Twitter, and then you'll get notified that way too. People are asking about Ethereum Classic, which is doing good. It's just I'm still not a fan of them. I still don't know their long-term vision of what they plan on doing. But Grayscale and Barry owns a tremendous amount. What else is there? Mana and Vet, yes, they are both projects I really like and support. Someone saying did you see Gwei price 1 hour from now is 1,200? I didn't see that. I didn't see that at all. Whenever Ethereum gets really, really hot, gas fees goes up quite a bit. All right, scrolling down. Chris, thanks for the chat. What are your thoughts on crypto tax clause, ham-fisted in a proposal infrastructure bill? I don't know. People were asking me about it. Until it's legit, there's no point in talking about it. It's just all speculation. Whether or not it gets approved, whether or not it's as bad as it sounds, it's all from sources right now. And you guys know how I feel about sources, so no point to worry about it until it happens. Scrolling down. Joshua asks, love your content. Can you look at Diggs? Is a charity coin focused on veterans' mental health? Joshua, it sounds like a good cause, but if you've watched me in the past, I hate charity coins. I hate all projects that are for charity, not because I hate charities. It's because I don't believe any of these projects are created for betterment of charities. They were created to help the owners get rich. And most of them, if you look at how much of the supply is actually being given to charity, it's anywhere between 1% to 5%. If these projects were really focused on charity, they should give 40, 50% to charity. But none of them I've seen does that. It's like 1% to 5%. They're bragging, oh, we gave away $100,000 to charity. Although that's 1% of the total supply. And these companies are sitting at tens of millions or hundreds of millions or billions. That's why I don't support any charity project. ETH reward was driven up to 25 ETH an hour ago. It must have been really, really, really congested. I have no idea how that's even possible. All right. James, that's funny. Vaughn, thank you. Do I like Ravencoin tokenization of assets? Not really. I think there are certain things that shouldn't be tokenized. And I get the appeal of it. If you have something that's very, very expensive and you want to tokenize it and you could sell fractional pieces of it, I get it, but that's just not for me. Like, if there was like some mansion, right? You just want to own the mansion. You don't want to sell fractions of it. Just like, you know, anything else. You could fractionalize anything. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm old school in that. It's just not something that I'm interested in. American Dreams, Restoration. I do like cars. Do you think competition in this space will impede B-Pro's growth? Tell me who the competition is, because I don't think you really understand who the competition is. It's like a general statement. It's like saying I'm afraid that crypto's growth will impede on Bitcoin or something. It's too blank of a statement. What's your take on VET for August? I think August, everything's lining up. Everything's lining up in terms of heading higher based on what I just showed you guys. So my sources tell me that VET, among others, will do very well. Some people believe regulation on crypto is a bad thing, but I believe they lost. And no, we ain't going nowhere, and we're only making stronger thoughts. I don't quite understand what you're saying, but I think, in terms of my opinion about regulations, I think some is good, just not too much of it. So, you know, like the exchanges and any of these places where they actually hold on to crypto or sell crypto, I think these places do need some regulations, so that there's no collusion, there's no inside trading, there's no shenanigans with futures and liquidations and stuff like that. I think some of these guys, it's funny because when BitMEX, when all the founders were go get arrested from BitMEX, all of a sudden Bitcoin started like pumping up afterwards. It almost seemed like BitMEX was manipulating the market for a long time with their leverage trading. And then things seem to have gotten better, way, way better after it happened, right? So I do think some regulations is good. You got to hold some people accountable because there's too many people with too much power. But when it comes to decentralization, less regulation is better. There's a lot of innovations. There's a lot of people that's in the space because they want to trust themselves and trust the people rather than government. So I think there needs to be a good balance, and it really depends. Do you think the moves DAGs have made? Wait, what do you think about the moves DAG have made? Also, their exchange lattice. DAG is a project that looks pretty good. I don't know about their exchange, but I do know that they're pretty interesting chain, focused on some big players like the U.S. Air Force, and they have these state contracts, which is like extension of smart contracts. It does seem interesting, but I don't know about their new exchange. I haven't looked into it yet. Opinion on the F2 flow model. I think it's still on track. It's never been invalidated. You know, it seems like it. You know, people were worried about it, like it was going to validate itself. No, it looks fine. It looks fine. Hope Johnny treats you as well the day afterwards. I don't know. Today I do have a headache. Blue Label's nice, but nothing like Dalmore whiskey. Someone was mentioning some other smooth whiskey. I'm gonna have to check it out. What do you think is a safer bet for long-term hold, Link or ADA? ADA, I think ADA, but Link is definitely a long-term hold too. Let's see. Regulate F2 pool in their buddies. Yeah. I trust George's sources or sauces. Chris, what do you think about ETH? Yeah, ETH is great. I think everyone should hold on some ETH. Just like everyone should hold on some BTC, I think everyone should hold on some ETH for now. I think midterm, short midterm, and even some long term, I think ETH is a must hold. Ultra long term, very long term. I don't know if ETH is going to be around, but in the meantime, you know, DeFi is only getting started, only getting hotter. NFTs are only getting hotter, and most of them are running on Ethereum. Despite the congestion issues, they're still running. That's why Ethereum, I think, is going to be doing just fine. Looking forward to your DCA show. Can you add a quick fun competition where you all place $100 on different weekly coins? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I have to talk to the guys. I don't want to make it into like a trading show. That's not any of us are about. So, no, I did not. I did not finish that bottle. That would be crazy. That would be way too crazy. Should I sell all my BNB? Why? Why should you sell all of your BNB? You have to list some reason for that. Why do you think you should? Ergo, I think is pretty promising, although until Cardano and Goguen is done, all these promising Cardano projects are kind of sitting idle doing nothing. And Ergo is not even done yet, so... what do you think about Kia Carnival? As for a minivan, I say Kia Carnival is the best. The only thing it lacks is all-wheel drive, but I reviewed a Kia Carnival and I was very, very impressed with it. Very impressed. Is there a difference between converting and swapping coins? It's pretty much the same. Just semantics. Why are the on-chain fees for Bitcoin transactions still so low since the crash? Why are you complaining about low transaction fees? That's a good thing. It kind of shows you that the network activity still hasn't recovered to its previous highs. So, all right. Anything? Shelby, that's a good troll post. All right, guys. I'll let you guys go. I have a headache. I don't know why I have a headache, but I do. Anyways, so Bitcoin is still holding above 41, right? 10 consecutive days. Maybe we have a down day today and tomorrow. That would not be unreasonable. I know we all love to see the moon, you know, and for Bitcoin to go up forever. Maybe we do turn around. But right now, we're taking a little breather. But if history is any indication, we're going to see some pretty tremendous gains going forward. Last 4 times, after 3 days, 10 days, 20 days, 30 days, 60 days, all tremendous, tremendous upwards movement. And we could definitely see the same thing this time, going back up to 60,000 and even beyond that. All right, guys, that is it. Thanks for tuning in. As always, smash a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tonight, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.